Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia and myself, Assistant Teacher Ashwati Prashant. This is chemistry subject and today we are going to learn something very interesting about bonding. Chemical bonding. So, a bond results from the attraction of nuclei for electrons. As you all know, nucleus is the positive entity of an atom and electron is the negative particles which revolve around the nucleus. So, the bond formation happens due to the attraction of positive charge, that is nucleus, and negative charge, that is electron, of two atoms. Normally, bonding is of three types. These are ionic bonding, metallic bonding, covalent bonding. Ionic bonding formation takes place in ionic compounds. Transfer of valence electrons happens. In covalent bonding, formation of molecule takes place. Sharing of electrons are happening here. We are going to discuss chemical bonding, covalent bond majorly. Now first, ionic bonding. What are ionic bonding? Always formed between metal ions, that is cations, and non-metal ions, that is anions. The oppositely charged ions stick like magnet, as the cations have positive charge and anions have negative charge, so they act like a magnetic poles which attracts to each other. That is, metal positive ion loses its electron and non-metal negative charge gains electrons. Metallic bonding, always formed between two metals. For example, gold, silver, lead, these are the solid metals. Their ions attract each other and formation of metallic bonding takes place. Covalent bonding now. The pair of electrons are sharing with each other and non-metal atoms, they acquire the noble gas configuration to stabilize themselves. This is called covalent bonding. As you can see in the picture, positive hydrogen atom is getting attracted towards negative oxygen atom ion, and the sharing of electrons are taking place in this structure. So, two hydrogen atoms are sharing one electron with oxygen, which need two electrons in its valence shell, and as a result they form water molecule. Covalent bonding occurs between non-metal atoms which need to gain electrons to get a stable octet of electrons or a filled outer shell. You can see the picture of periodic table here, and the zigzag line is showing the separation of metals and non-metal group. So, the non-metals are the atoms which normally shows covalent bonding in them. Now, how you can show the covalent bonding in easiest way? Lewis dot structure is the easiest way to show the covalent bonding between the atoms. Symbol represents the kernel of the atom, nucleus and inner electron. Dot represent valence electron. The ones place of the group number indicates the number of valence electrons on an atom. In the diagram, you can see various electrons around the atoms. For example, hydrogen has one dot, that is one electron in the valence shell. Helium has two dots, that means two electrons in the valence shell. Lithium Li has one electron again in its valence shell. In the same way, carbon has 4 electrons in the valence shell, boron has 3 electrons, and so on. So, in the Levi's structure, we can see there is a dot formation around the atoms, and this is showing the valence shell electrons number. Always remember, atoms are trying to complete their valence shell. 2 electrons are good, but 8 electrons in the outermost shell is great. The number of electrons the atom needs is the total number of bonds they can make. For example, hydrogen, oxygen, fluorine, nitrogen, chlorine and carbon, how much electrons they need to form a bond? Yes, it is 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4 respectively. Why so? Because they have that much electrons in their valence shell and they form that much bond with other atoms. Now, how we can draw Levi's structure? You may represent valence electron from different atoms with the following symbol, like dot, cross or a circle on the above the atoms. For example, here the example of hydrogen atom is given. We can denote one valence electron on the hydrogen by dot, circle or cross above the hydrogen atom. Covalent bonding. The atoms form a covalent bond by sharing their valence electron to get a stable octet of electrons. Now, what is octet electrons? Octet means 8 number of electrons in the outermost shell. When they acquire octet, it means they are acquiring the stable configuration or the stable state like noble gas. Electron dot diagram of the atoms are combined to show the covalent bond. Electron dot diagram means, as we have seen in the previous slide, we are showing the valence electron by the dot symbol or cross symbol above the atom. It is showing the number of electrons in it. So, it means that much bond that atom can make. Covalently bonded atoms form molecule. So, as we have seen, in covalent bond, atoms are sharing their electrons, so they are forming a molecule together. And in the ionic bond, we have seen electrons are donating their electrons or accepting the electrons and making the ions. It means they are forming ions with the negative and positive charge. So, for today, this was all about the chemical bonding. This was the part 1. Now, we will see part 2 about the chemical bonding in the next session, and till then, thank you.